Le dicen el enemigo, público número uno, para Nación Mexicana no lo supera ninguno, y es el segundo de 10 más buscados.
This was another. It was a play on it's newer Mexican cuisine. It's a chile relleno, which is very classical, but it's not classic to stuff it with chicharrón prensado and do just. It was a very simple. Like pinto bean sauce, and it would just complement the dish.
But I'd never had chicharrón prensado. But you taste it, and you bite into it, and you're like, this tastes really familiar. What is this? And he explained it to me, and I was just like, oh, we have to get that. And immediately he was like, where can we get this? And I felt bad because his family, it was his dad's birthday. But they looked at us and they were like, they're working. And they knew exactly what the role was, and that was pass everything down, because we had to taste everything. And like, you could just see like the wheels working. Like, they were just like in awe watching us.
Then we had these were duck enchiladas with a black mole. Those were very tasty too. And the duck was braised with prunes. So it's a prune braised duck. So it's dark and sweet and kind of gooey, kind of stuck together. It's absolutely delicious.
Braised with prunes and covered with mole. And how's this particular mole made? I know
this mole is not as sweet. This mole was not as sweet as the regular, as a Oaxacan mole, so it was more a little smoky. So the sweet and the smoky went very, very well.
Nice.
And this woman has all her tortillas made there. Of course, we're very lucky because everywhere we went, every restaurant we went to, everybody makes their own tortillas and they make their own masa. So, tortillas taste like
fresh,
like heaven. This was a pescado a la talla, which is a dish from the state of Guerrero, where Acapulco is. And it is, the secret for the pescado a la talla is that you take a piece of fish, in this case it was snapper, you make an adobo with chile, it's a red chili, I can't remember the name right now, it's from the state of Guerrero. You make an adobo, and then you mix the adobo with mayonnaise.
Oh.
And you rub the fish with the adobo and mayonnaise, and then you grill it. And what happens is that the mayonnaise just gives it a little bit of fat. Yeah. Or a lot of fat. It keeps it very moist, and then it melts away, and the adobo comes through, and it's a beautiful, beautiful dish.
What about the charring? Which part of it gives it that?
A combination, because they grill it, so it's part is the grill marks, a little grill mark, but it was really good. I think this was our least favorite dish of the night because it was very simple.
Yeah.
It's just a chicken breast and it had a tamal. What was pretty was that the tamal was about this thick. It was very, very,
about a quarter inch thick.
And it was very pretty, very good flavor. The green mole was good. The chicken was just not exciting.
So.
But, this is the restaurant. As you can see, I think one of the things that surprised her too was that all the restaurants we went to are super contemporary looking.
That's really modern. It's a very informed place.
Yes. So, well, not all of them, but the two main restaurants that we went to that were contemporary Mexican cuisine was this.
We sat down to eat dinner at 8, and we were 5 minutes late. And I said, oh, by Mexican standard, we're 5 minutes early, so we're fine. We walked in, and there was maybe 2 other tables. We didn't leave till 10:30, and there were still people coming in to sit down, and I was just like, they're really going to eat 6 courses, 7 courses? Absolutely.
It's like Spain, they eat
very late.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Then I took it to a bakery, and this is just a
joke.
It's I showed her 2 different bakeries. I showed her El Globo, which is the oldest, most venerated. Is that the correct word? Like, it's venerable. Bakery, revered bakery in Mexico City, and it's all the breads are very French style, very delicate, very tiny.
They're pastries,
They're pastries, beautiful.
Yeah.
Now this is where the people buy their bread, and it is humongous, and the varieties of bread are insane. And they were probably. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. There were probably 200 people in the store buying bread.
200 people in the bakery buying bread.
You can see that they use
Look, layers, and like this table. This table, there's probably what, about 30 tables,
Oh, yeah.
20 tables of bread, and every table.
20 of
different.
them like that.
Yes,
different.
My goodness.
and every table has something different in it.
More examples.
And it's all European breads, and it's combined with Mexican breads, and you know, we have a very, very big culture of bread in Mexico. We eat bread a lot. People think we only eat tortillas, and
Or chips.
she can tell you her biggest surprise.
Yeah, that you don't get chips and salsa at the table. They kept serving us bread, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this? It was baguette. That's what they served. They're not one place had chips.
And really good bread.
Yeah,
And really
very
good bread. And she got chips for the meal that required the chips.
Yeah.
Yes. Understand. Yeah.
It was the food that went with the chips.
It wasn't automatic. It was
No.
chosen to go with the meal
Exactly.
you're eating.
Exactly. These were just gelatins. It was a whole thing of different flavored and different colored gelatins, and with different fruits and chocolates and everything.
Massive.
And this is a contrast to, this is what Mexico City is.
Street
For us in the U.S. and maybe in some parts of Europe, this would be completely unsanitary. And they have a cart full of chicken, and they're carting it down the street, and that's chicken juice. You know, that's
And
chicken
nobody
juice.
freaks out.
Exactly.
But I was like, we gotta
That's
stop and get a
chicken
picture of
juice.
this guy.
And we said, I went, stop, I'm gonna take a picture. I go, stand by the truck and by the cart, and the guys go, no, and they're walking away from the cart. They're like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to see that. There's payphones everywhere. People still use payphones.
Wow.
And then I took Anastasia to yes.
I was wearing a hoodie and a scarf in 70-degree weather.
I took her to the Mercado de San Juan. The Mercado de San Juan used to be one of the most important markets, food markets in Mexico City. To my sadness and I don't know how to describe it. It was just a very sad thing was that part of the market is still intact, and you're going to see the pictures, and it's doing very well. But people have become used to going to grocery stores.
Oh.
American-style grocery stores. Where you can go, yes, where everything is sanitized and where you can go get everything in one store and you're done.
Yeah.
So people are not going to the market to get fruit and their meat and their fish and their dairy.
Like they used to.
And then they go buy their cleaning supplies and everything somewhere else like they used to. Now they go to that. So these markets have become a place where they're more for supplying restaurants, and but to look at the way things are displayed. For example, a mushroom stand.
I know.
That's
They have
spectacular.
Yeah.
lobster. They had lobster, and they had shiitakes, and they had creminis, and they had what are these? The Italian ones? Porcinis.
Yeah.
And they had. It was a huge variety of fresh and dried mushrooms.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Looks wonderful.
Look at the fruit, the way it's displayed. It's just
Yeah.
and it's fruit. They have local fruit, and then they have fruit. Yes, these are mangoes, and they have fruit from different parts of the world. Obviously.
Is there much of a foodie culture in Mexico City, or is this?
I mean,
just
based on the restaurants that we were eating at 2 o'clock at Dulce Patria, it was packed, both levels. And this is the type of food that you see in San Francisco, New York, Paris. Like, the pictures were just amazing, and it was packed.
This was a $70 a head
Yeah, easily.
lunch, and the only one who had a drink was me. I had one tequila. The rest, nobody drank alcohol.
Wow.
So without alcohol, it was $70. There were 7 of us, so it was $400 something, almost $500 for
So
lunch.
yeah, I would definitely say I don't like to say foodie, but they're definitely savvy as to what's in right now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on.
American portion or
No.
reasonable portion, sensible portion?
Very, very. Because you want to get the flavor of everything. You don't want to get full of one. Yeah, you can eat 4 dishes and be satisfied and not be stuffed.
And of course, I couldn't take her to Mexico and not have her taste grasshoppers. She tasted acosiles, which are little river shrimp that look like little rubs. They're so good. So she had grasshoppers, and these are fried. They're called charales.
The fish, right?
Little fish, little fried fish.
The ant larva.
And this is how I wanted her to see how food's displayed. We do everything so clean and it has to be so
Sanitized.
And the quail, chicken, they're sitting there. Of course, it's not 100 degrees. You know, it's 7 degrees outside. So inside the market, it's a little cooler than it is outside. But, you know, turkey. But you can look at the eyes, you can look at the tongue, you can look inside the turkey, make sure everything's fresh and nothing is frozen. Everything is fresh. Look at the seafood. I mean, just beautiful snapper, and you could see the eyes and the gills, and they were rosy pink, and the eyes were just super fresh fish. Rabbit and sucking pigs.
Oh goodness me, the whole thing, yeah. Yeah, so you don't go and find this sort of pre-cut sections, you know, this bit and that bit. You get the whole animal if it's feasible, yeah. That's great.
Those are ants.
Ants.
And their larvae.
Oh.
So will these be at Komali?
No. I don't think we would have the market for it. But if we can get them at some point, we might bring some in, and whoever's adventurous enough.
Do a special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.